young adults and teens, your time limit for this course is 3 minutes and 10 seconds. You're going to be starting on this platform. You'll get the boop, 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 beep. At that point, it's your cue to go. You may reset at any point on the course at any time, as long as you do not disqualify yourself by stepping off or using a body part you're not allowed to. For the first obstacle, we're starting on this green platform, ending on this green platform. You use hands and feet, whatever you like, on this little double stuffer thing. I'll show you an example. Boop, 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 beep. Clear. Hey guys, your next obstacle, you're starting on this green platform. You're ending down here on this green platform. You may utilize the ring with hands only. You may utilize any and all the quadriceps, hands and feet, totally okay. But the tops are off limits. You'll notice those X's on them. As well as these green supports, they are also off limits. I'll show you an example. Looks something like this. Clear. All right, next obstacle. You're going to be using this green starting platform, getting to this blue landing platform. The red is off limits. That's your lava wall. You're trying to get over that. This green path, another X, off limits. You may utilize the trampoline. The red, the blue, that's all okay. And you'll notice we have these black pads around the gym. You're welcome to utilize the sides of them however you want. The top is off limits. The truss is off limits. Only the sides of the pads. So I'll give you a demonstration for this obstacle. Clear. I want to adjust this so we don't have to put it. Next obstacle, you're starting on this blue platform. We're ending all the way down here on the green platform. You may utilize the Bosu balls, the two beams. The blue on both of these beams are off limits, those footies. The Bosu ball, the gray is okay, but that's really putting it close, and you're really close to getting a DQ by having your foot down there, so I would avoid as best you can. Try and stay on top. These are not attached. If you do hit them quite hard, they can slide, but they will be marked out for you. Let me show you an example. Looks like this. Clear. Your next obstacle, you're starting on this green platform, ending down here on this green platform. You may utilize the ropes, hands and feet. The two rings and the two wing nuts are hands only. And you also have the quad step here. That's hands and feet, totally usable. I'll show you an example. Looks something like this. Clear. Hey guys, starting on this green platform, ending on, can you guess? This green platform. You may utilize any of the salmon ladder bars that are not attached. You must be using them on part of the structure, cannot hang from the safety line. You may also utilize this trapeze bar. Again, those are hands only. The trampoline, however, hands and feet, you can utilize whatever you want on that. I'll show you an example. It looks something like this. Clear. Your next obstacle, you're starting on this green platform, and it's a two-parter. So your touch point is when you make contact with this green ring here. Once you make contact with it, with your hand, it is a hand-only obstacle. For the next part, you've completed this first one. This obstacle, you're allowed to use any part of this rocker. Hands and feet totally fine. You can use this quad step, and you can use this balance beam. Again, green is on, blue is off limits. Allow me to show you an example. Looks something like this. Clear. Now the next obstacle, we're allowed to use the green ring with our hands, any part of these two quad steps to get to that green platform down there. So I'll continue on. Clear. Next obstacle, starting on this green platform. Remember, side of the pad is on, truss, and this is off limits. If you're coming in hot, you have to save yourself here or onto the spider wall. That'll be a DQ. For this obstacle, we're starting on this green platform, making our way to this green platform. Hands and feet on this obstacle. You're allowed to use the rolly log, this little platform here. All the blue padding is okay, but again, the top is off limits on both of these. Your tire is going to be off limits, but the black tornado pole that you're allowed to use, there's a pad here just for protection. I'll show you an example. Looks like this. Clear. Cool. Awesome. Next up, we're starting on this green platform, ending down here on this blue platform. You're allowed to use the quad steps, hands and feet. That's totally okay. You're allowed to use the slider, hands and feet allowed on this. If you accidentally let it go, you'll notice there's a tether line. You're allowed to use that tether line to bring it back for you, all the way up. The green is off limits. This green pad is totally off limits. As well, you'll notice a green X. On this tumble track, consider that part of the floor. That is also off limits. I'll show you an example. Looks like this. Whee! Clear. All right, so this is the first time my finishing platform is not my starting platform. So once I've completed the 3 parts of completing an obstacle, I pass that front plane, I've disengaged the obstacle, and I make contact with the landing platform. I can then exit and make my way any way I want to the next starting platform. That is this black pad over here. Now, you're starting on this black platform, ending on this blue big squishy pad platform. You're allowed to use the green tic-tac. The sides of the black again are okay. That top is off limits. I'll show you an example. Clear. So this again is not our starting platform, it's just the finishing platform. So from here I can make my way over to my next starting platform, which is here. Any part of this green platform totally works. As long as you make contact with it and disengage the ground before you move on, that's totally okay. You do not have to come all the way around, totally up to you. You're starting on this green platform. You're ending on this green platform here. You may utilize these 2 silver bars over here and these 2 blue nunchucks, which are connected by a magnet in the middle. This is a hands-only obstacle. I'll show you an example. Looks like this. Clear. Next obstacle, you're starting on this green platform, ending on this green platform here. You may utilize the green cannonballs. They are hands only. The hooks are allowed only in the eye bolts here. Again, you may utilize the sides of the black pads to get to that green platform. I'll show you an example. Again, you're going to have this big blue mat here. I'm going to be fairly forgiving with incidentals. Come around the side. As long as you're not pressing down or kicking off of it, you'll be okay. I'll show you an example. Clear. Next obstacle, you're starting on this green pad. You're ending on these red pads here. You're allowed to use any white part of these rails. The black and blue footies, those are off limits. I'll show you an example. Looks like this. Clear. Next obstacle, you're starting on this red pad. You're ending on this red pad. Now this blue strip over it, that's part of your platform, is totally fine. It's just to give it more rigidity as you're landing, so it doesn't slide out on you. For this obstacle, it's hands only. Hands are only allowed on the rings. Rings are only allowed in the cradles, the flying monkey bars. They're not allowed on other parts of the truss. When you're coming into this obstacle and mounting, be aware there are pipes and structures here. If you use your hands to protect yourself, I'm totally okay with that. This isn't a super aggressive obstacle before it. As long as you're not all the way out here swinging, that's totally fine. Even to make your way under, I'm okay with it. But once you engage the obstacle, these are no longer allowed. This is just for safety, so you don't have to worry about hitting your head. Once you've engaged the obstacle, you can, of course, reset, but the monkey bars are off for you. I'll show you an example. Looks something like this. I'm going to do this way. Clear. All right, last obstacle. Now as you're coming through, there is a pad down here at the end for your protection. Just be aware of it. When you're coming through here, again, if you need to use this to get yourself oriented so that you don't fall and hit your head, again, totally okay with it. Once you've engaged the obstacle, these are no longer incidental, off limits completely. You're starting on this red pad, and you're ending when you hit that buzzer. The bottom of the buzzer is completion. Can't just hit the size of a button. You gotta hit the bottom where that buzzer is. Hands only, and only on the white of the PVC, the Iron Maiden, they only go on those pegs. So, I'll give you an example. Looks like this. Clear. Yeah.